Hey friends, it's me, Amy Rebecca, your internet bestie for all things personal development, intentional living and dream chasing. I love how a couple of weeks ago I was ready to axe that intro and now I am just fully leaning into it. Okay, so you've already clicked on this video, so presumably you know why you're here, but it is time for my 6-month cosmetics inventory update. For those of you who are new, welcome. I am a reformed overconsumer of all things, but with a special interest in cosmetics, I guess, and also a spreadsheet nerd. So in 2020 I had this realization that I had way too much stuff, and I realized that I wanted to not live that way anymore. So I made myself an inventory of everything I owned to shock myself out of buying stuff, and since then I've just kept up with that. I have a whole spreadsheet I'm going to show you. Every year I make a note of all of the cosmetics that I have. I have these little graphs that break it down category by category. Then I have a running inventory so that I can see as the years go by if I am moving in the right direction towards my goal of having less. I also keep track of my Project Pan challenge on here. I also keep track of everything I use up with the cost value each quarter, and then I have my 6-month update, which is what we're going to be running through today. As a side note, if you too are a spreadsheet nerd and you want to get in on this, I will have my cosmetics inventory spreadsheet linked down below so you can go and download it. But yeah, let's jump in. Oh no, I've accidentally pulled up Modern Family. Hang on, wait, pause everything. Apologies for all of the noise, by the way. My neighbour has some building work going on in her garden, which is driving me kind of insane. Also, it's just started hailing. We love that for June. Yikes. One last thing, we are so close to 20,000 subscribers. I'm gonna check actually. So as of right now, I have 19,671 subscribers. I'm giving my dad a daily update, sometimes multiple times a day. I'm like, guess how many I have now? Guess how many I have now? And when I do get to 20,000, I'm gonna buy a pretty pink cake to celebrate. So if you're new and you'd like to subscribe, I would love to have you here. And if you are already subscribed, I love to have you here every week. Okay, I'm not gonna keep you in suspense any longer. Let's get into the spreadsheet. I'm gonna pull this up nice and big for you. Okay, so let's go through the makeup products first. So for BB cream in January, I had 1 and now I have none. Primers in January, I had 2 and I currently have 3, purely because I'm going on holiday next week and mine is it's almost done. So I'd rather take a full one on holiday than get caught out midway through and not have one. Foundation, okay, I had 6, which was a lot. And now I have 9, which is ridiculous. The reason for that is because in March I was in a pageant and I had to get a spray tan. None of my foundations matched me and I ended up panic buying a bunch of different shades of foundation. I'm just not used to being tanned. I'm ghostly white. So yes, that number has increased, but it's not because I've been going out and trying a bunch of new foundations just because. Concealer, I had 2 and now I have 4. So again, not moving in the right direction, but for the exact same reason. I needed different shades for the pageant and my tanned face. Setting spray, had 3, still have 3. I was down to 2 and then last week I got 1 for free from Superdrug. So setting powder, had 2, still have 2. Bronzer, had 1 and now I have 2. I'm not mad about that because when I set out like my goal number, I said that my goal was to have 2 bronzers, 1 powder and 1 cream. And that is what I now have, so I'm happy with that. Blush, I had 2, I now have 3 for the same reason. I want to have a powder blush and a cream blush. I currently have 2 powder blushes and a cream blush. Highlight, I had 3 and I still have 3. Face palettes, I had 0 and still have 0. Eye primers, had 0, still have 0. Eyeshadow singles, I had 13 and I'm now down to 11 because I decluttered 2. I actually uploaded a kind of behind the scenes members video of me pulling all of this stuff out and doing the inventory and decluttering the stuff. So if you're a member, you can go and watch that. If you're not a member, you can become one and then you can watch that. But yeah, I managed to declutter a few makeup products. Eyeshadow palettes, I still have 6. Eyeliners, I've gone from 3 to 5. I just wanted a range of colours, okay? Mascara, I had 3, now I'm down to 2. I would again be down to 1, except mine's almost done. I'm going on holiday. I wanted to make sure that I had a full one to take. Brow pencil, I still have 1. Lip balms, I still have 3. Lip primers, I still have 1. Lip gloss, I decluttered 2, so now I've gone from 7 to 5. Lipsticks, how has that gone up? Can I count? Okay, I think I understand what I've done wrong. I did get gifted a lipstick from my friend, so that would take me up to 10. And then what I think I must have done is I have this lip stain that, by the way, I freaking love. I use it every single day. It's amazing. And probably in January, I classed that under other instead of lipstick, because technically it's not a lipstick, whereas this time I classed it as a lipstick. So what I'm doing this time, I don't know if you can see right here, but anything I class as other, I'm making a note of as I go, because that other category trips me up all the time. I put things into the other category and then next time I put them into a different category and I confuse myself. So I think that's what's happened there. Lip liner, I still have 2. Nail polish, I'm down 2. I decluttered 1 and I lent one to my mom and she lost it, which isn't ideal from the standpoint of like having the nail polish to use, but you know what, a win is a win. It takes me in the right direction. Nail polish remover, I now have 1, but I do need that if I'm using nail polish. Nail sprays, I have 1, but I'm just going to go ahead and declutter this because I'm only using it just to prove the point that I can use it at this point and I want the satisfaction of using it up, so I may as well just throw it out. Perfume, I have 1. Brush cleaner, I still have 0. And other, I've gone from 5 to 6, but I've made a little note of exactly what I have. So in that I have 1 lip scrub and I have 5 pairs of false eyelashes. Again, that is very much a pageant thing. I lost 3 pairs during the pageant because I kept taking them off and putting them down places. And then as I was going through today and counting everything up, I found them all. So yeah, I have a lot of false eyelashes. So as you can see, moving in the absolute wrong direction. In January when I did this, I had 82, which was already far too many, and now I'm up to 87. So I've gained 5 products. Don't love that for me. I absolutely see where I've gone wrong here. Number 1, 5 pairs of false eyelashes. Number 2, buying all of those concealers and foundations for the pageant. And yeah, I have bought a couple of new things here and there, like the cream blush, the cream bronze, and help for me, the cream bronzer. Those were very intentional purchases that I thought about and been like, actually, it would be helpful for me to have those, as opposed to stocking up on more foundations and more concealers that are the same product but just in a slightly different colour out of necessity. Do you see, like, there's a difference there, I feel. Anyway, let's move on and talk about skincare. In January, I had 4 face creams and now I'm up to 5. But the good news is I did have 3 eye creams and now I'm down to 2. Again, I had 3 serums and I'm down to 2. I still have 1 exfoliator. I still have 2 cleansers. I've gained a toner, but I lost a makeup remover. I have 7 facial sun creams. I don't know how that happened. I do know how that happened actually. The one I really love, my favorite number 7 one, it comes on a 3 for 2 offer every now and then, and it's generally not cheap. I think it's £14.95 to buy 1, and then every now and then you get the 3 for 2 offer at Boots for number 7, and you can get a £10 coupon, and with my Advantage card I get 10% off. So yeah, when that happens, I stock up. I use this stuff every day though, every single day. It's raining, pouring today, I'm not going outside. I've still put back to 50 sun cream on my face. I take my skincare very seriously. So yeah, obviously that is not a good number, but there's a reason. Face wipes, I still have 0. Pore strips, still 0. Face masks, I've gained 1. That was given to me by my mom. And other, I've gained 1. Oh, I've spelled that wrong. That's very annoying. So I still have 11 tubes of tretinoin. If you watched my cosmetics inventory back in January, I talked about how I was overrun by tretinoin because I signed up for a subscription service where they send tretinoin to your door, and somehow I ended up being inundated with it. I've cancelled the subscription, but I still have 11 tubes of tretinoin, and I'm doing my best. I've taken all you guys' advice. I've started using it on my neck, on my décolletage. But yeah, I still have 11 of those. That, again, it's inflating the numbers, and it is my fault because I should have cancelled the subscription sooner, but it's also not something that I did intentionally. So overall with skincare, I did have 36 in January. Now I'm up to 42, so I've gained 6. Are we okay? Do I understand the concept of the big makeup use up challenge? Because I'm meant to be using stuff up and owning less, and that doesn't seem to be the case. Let's move on to toiletries. Okay, body lotion. In January I had 2 and I still have 2 now. Body oil, had 1, still have 1. That is in my project pan and should be done soon. Hand cream, I had 3 and now I'm down to 1. Foot cream, 0. Tanning lotion, I just have the 1. Bath bombs, I had 7 and now I have 2. That is kind of a cyclical thing for me. I always have a bunch of bath bombs right after Christmas because I always ask for them for Christmas. So we'll see that number jump back up in the next inventory I do in January. Bubble bath, I have 0, but I do still have 1 pack of bath salts. Soap, I've gone from 13 bars of soap to 11, which is far more soap than any person needs. Shower gel, I've gained 1 that I did not buy. It was gifted to me. Hand wash, I have 1. Deodorant, I have 4. I get mine on subscriptions though, so they come in packs of 3. Toothpaste, I have 1. Tooth whitening gels, I still have 2. Tooth whitening strips, I still have 1. Floss, still have 1. Hair removal cream, still have 1. Body spray, still have 1. And other, I have 8, which is TCP. If you know, you know. I went through a stage of bigging up TCP on this channel and I still stand by it. There's nothing TCP can't do, okay? You've got a spot, put TCP on it. A bite, put TCP on it. A graze, put TCP on it. Got a sore throat, you can gargle that stuff. A 10 out of 10 would not recommend it. Tastes disgusting, but you can. I've got 2 like moisture bars from Lush that I didn't really know how to categorize. I've got waxing beads, I've got brow dye, talc, the pillow spray that's in my project pan, and some body wipes that I had for the pageant in case I got like stuff on my clothes. So this category we're actually seeing a little bit of progress, okay? Because in January I had 51 toiletry products and now I'm down to 44. I am down 7, but when I say these numbers out loud, I fully appreciate how out of control this still is to have 44 toiletries. 44 toiletries. It's a big yikes, and I'm never going to be down to like 5 or less. I know some people who have like really teeny tiny minimal collections. That's never going to be me, and that's not my goal. You know, a lot of these things, when I look, I have 1, 1, 1, but it's the 11s and the 5s and the 8s. We don't want that. Let's move on to the final category, which is hair care. So for shampoo, I did have 2 and now I'm down to 1. Same with conditioner, I did have 2 and now I'm down to 1. I have 1 hair mask, I have 1 hair treatment. I, for some reason, have 3 hairsprays. They're another thing that go on offer. Styling products, I still have 11. I'm actually, of all these categories, most okay with hair care, even though those numbers might look insane and 11 different styling products might seem like a lot. I have very difficult hair to deal with. I finally got it to a place where it feels manageable. Mostly. I like the way it feels, I like the way it looks, and so I'm not letting go of any of my hair care products. Growth treatment, I have 0, and other, I have 0. So I'm actually 3 products down in hair care. Let's take a look at the totals. So in January, I had 190 cosmetics products. And in June, I have 191. So I'm only up one, which when I consider things like the foundation situation, I got sent a box of skincare last month by one of my YouTube sponsors. Like, those things inflate the numbers. So when I take that into consideration, I feel like to only have gained one product isn't that bad. However, it's not moving in the direction I want it to move. The number one reason that I do this, well, not technically the number two reason. The number one reason is because I'm a spreadsheet nerd. The number two reason I do this is because it helps me focus in. So now I can see the areas where I really need to pick up the pace and start working on using stuff up. So I know, for instance, I have a bunch of single-use face masks. I need to plow through a bunch of those by the end of this year. Can I start using up some of those foundations? But you know what I mean? Like, having this data is really useful to me because I can look at the areas where I have big numbers and think, okay, well, how can I start actually using this stuff up now? And it's good for when I am using stuff up in my project pan, I always consult this and see if there's anything else I can switch in. So not great news. I really wanted to come here and be like, and I'm down 50 products, but alas, that didn't exactly go the way I was hoping that it would go, but we are where we are, we live and learn, we keep rolling. If you like this kind of nerdy spreadsheet stuff, or if you are really interested in the whole like over-consumer to more minimal lifestyle pipeline, girl, get in the pipe with me, let's roll. Join the party. Soon there will be cake. And I wish I could share it with all of you. Don't forget, if you are a member, you can go and watch the behind the scenes of this video right after this one finishes. But first, let me tell you that you are enough just as you are. I love you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye guys.